Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And for those of you that are not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And if you find the information that I provide beneficial, please hit that like button as well. Now, our topic for you today, it's 7 ways that you can help your gym sales team be more effective. And this is something I think most owners, if they aren't working on it every day, they want to work on it every day. And so take the time to work on this every single day, work to make your team better. I want to give you 7 things that you can do right now to make your team more effective. So number 1 is you want to employ a sales-friendly CRM system, okay? A sales-friendly CRM system. Now, the first thing I would say, there's a lot of clubs that still are not using a CRM. Okay, and a CRM, this is essentially the software program, the system you're going to use to follow up on your leads. Okay, how are we making sure we're following up and we're doing this properly? A lot of clubs don't have it. A lot of clubs are still writing their leads in an Excel spreadsheet. They're writing them down on a legal pad. They'll call who they think they need to call. And essentially, here's what needs to happen for those of you that are not doing this. If you're already using the CRM, that's great. Keep doing it. Let's make it a central part of what we do. But get yourself a CRM. There's a lot of good ones out there. Even the most expensive one's going to cost you $300 a month, I think. And if you use it, it's well worth the money. There's others that don't cost as much, but find something that's easy to use. It's a quick ramp up. But essentially, you as an owner or as a manager, or even a salesperson, you want to make sure you're holding yourself accountable to do certain things. But you want to be able to see, hey, how many new leads did we bring in today? How many outbound calls did we make? How many contacts did we make? How many appointments did we set? We want to be able to see all this information. And if I call up Mary Smith and I talk to her and I'm going to put a prompt in, I need to call her back on Wednesday. When I come in on Wednesday, hey, including Mary Smith, here's everybody else that I need to call. So find yourself a CRM system. Don't be writing it down, because the other thing that happens when you use the Excel spreadsheets, you're kind of thumbing through lead cards as well. I don't know if I need to call them, and I don't know if I need to call them, and I'll call them. And it can't be that way. You have to call everybody. Okay, get your CRM in place. Go out and find one. There's a lot of them out there. Okay, and then if you don't have the budget for it, a lot of free ones out there too. Just do a simple search, for a free CRM system. At least start there. Number 2, we want to learn how to qualify leads and follow up. Now, this in part, ties into our a good CRM system. But one of the things about qualifying leads, a lot of folks, the ones that struggle certainly, okay, is do we really know how to qualify? Okay. In other words, Mary, what kind of goals do you have? Mary, tell me why those goals are important. Mary, tell me, how long have you been thinking about something like this? Mary, tell me, what kind of goals does your husband have for you? Mary, tell me, do you like to work out in the morning or work out in the evening? In a lot of ways, it's almost like kind of checking their temperature, right? To kind of see where they're at with this. But learn how to do that. But then also throughout your CRM, learn how to follow up. Because there's a beginning point over here on the far left where they're as cold as ice maybe, and then over here where they're ready to buy. And through different stages in here, we treat them differently, because early on, we're really not asking to buy. They're not ready for that. That's not where they're at. We're trying to nurture them to bring them through that process to the point that they will be ready. Okay, so over here it might be establishing goals, establishing trust. It's helping to maintain desire and maintaining interest. Way over here, it might be asking for an appointment. But if we do some of this stuff prematurely, you'll find that you'll struggle with it. And going back to number 1, if you have that CRM, you can train on this information. You can make this much more effective, because as a lot of you have heard me say before, if we're not doing follow-up properly right now, and we start to do it properly, this can result in as much as a 20% improvement in your business. Number 3 on 7 ways you can help make your gym sales team more effective is arm your sales force with mobile communication and collaboration tools. Let's give our team as many options as possible, to be able to communicate. If you don't have an app, look at getting an app. I realize that some of these things are going to cost some money, but if you use them right, this is a great way to do things. And I tell you, one of the things that we forget so often on this is our current member base. Yeah, we've got them, and there's a tendency, hey, all the focus is going toward getting new members, but part of the focus here is staying in front and communicating with your existing customer base. Because what happens if you don't? Well, they're going to see your competition, and they're going to start, funneling that stuff off a little bit. So, look at apps, look at a host of collaboration tools. I'll give you another good one that works really well. If you don't have it on your website, consider putting Facebook Messenger on your website as a chat tool. It's free. Most everybody is on Facebook, and I've seen clubs, they'll increase their daily communication with members and with prospects 4 to 5 times, just because of Facebook Messenger, because of its ease of use and the fact that everybody has it. Now, one of the comments I would make to you on this too, if you're using more of these things, more of these collaboration tools, more of these mobile tools and things like this, when people reach out to you, understand that speed is part of this. Speed is part of what sells. Modern selling, it's about fast, quick, easy, friendly, not skipping steps, not rushing, but being prepared and moving through it. So when people do reach out, you need to get back with them quickly. Now, I realize, if it happens at 2 in the morning, I can offer some challenges. But with that said, get back with folks quickly. I would suggest, hey, if we can get back with them within 5 minutes, that'd be terrific. Okay. Number 4, offer regular training and opportunities to share best practices. If you are not training your staff on a regular basis, you're underutilizing your most valuable asset. Your most valuable asset is your people. Make sure we're training them. And I know a lot of folks will use this channel as a way to train their staff. There's a host of topics, nearly 900 videos here on the channel that, most of them are how-to videos, and how to improve and how to sell and how to treat the customer, and everything you're going to need. Use this channel to do that, or find what works best for you, but make sure we are offering regular training for our staff. Okay, it's no different than your customer coming in and working out. Okay, if they come in and train on a regular basis, they're going to get great results. Same thing for your staff. You train them on a regular basis, they'll get great results. But here's the other thing. Just like your member, once they get the results, you don't just quit. You have to stay disciplined at it, to maintain those results. Same thing here. Offer regular training to your staff. Help make them better at what they do. Number 5, minimize the time spent on administrative activities. Salespeople need to sell. And we're not trying to overburden anybody with too many administrative tasks. So take a look at this. I know some folks, you might have your front desk is handling sales, and take a look at that. There's a little different of a mindset here that I see, kind of talking about that a little bit, is a lot of folks will hire a front desk team and ask them to handle sales. Sometimes that's tough, because if that's not what they were hired for, or not what they see themselves as, really what you're doing, you're simply handling who's interested. We're really not producing, and certainly not getting referrals, and probably not following up. But what if you switch that? What if you hired a sales team and had them help out at the front desk? Now you get a totally different mindset there. Okay, but with that said, minimize the amount of administrative tasks, and certainly for your manager. One of the things that we talk about a lot is that we want to take as much off the back of that manager as possible to allow them to focus on sales. Don't bog them down in non-sales related activities. And I'll give you one more thing to think about on this is, some of the statistics out there that you see is that salespeople on the whole, they only spend about 20% of their time, doing something that's going to result in a sale. Think about that number. What if you could take that number to 40%? Theoretically, you'd double your business. What if you took it to 80? Okay, and so we want our sales staff, our sales team, our managers to be totally focused on sales. We want to be able to answer yes to this question: is what I'm doing right now going to result in a sale? Number 6, gamification strategies. Turn this into a game. Have contests. Okay, have contests and have fun with this thing. I mean, I would have contests every single month, for sales. Every single month I would have some kind of contest, turn it into a game, get creative with it. At the end of the month, give out awards. One of the stories that you probably have heard me talk about a little bit is what we used to do is at the end of every month, we would have I would always call an all-city meeting, whereas we'd meet at the club that had the highest production, and we would hand out awards. And at our peak on that, we'd have red carpet going out the front door, and we even had searchlights going on in the sky at one point, balloons up, and we had a microphone and a podium up front where I would be. And we're handing out awards based on top sales and top referrals, top production, rookie of the month, whatever it might be. Okay, and we'd have them come up and they'd give their acceptance speech, and boy, it just the production just rose immediately after all those events. And so we would always do, events of that nature, contests that were going on based on production. It was all genuine and sincere. They didn't get the award unless they had earned it. And sometimes we had to look, maybe most enthusiastic. If our month wasn't as good as we wanted, maybe most enthusiastic would be a category you might have. So, turn it into a game, have fun, give recognition to folks that are doing a good job for you. And number 7, track performance. And you want to be able to identify areas for improvement. And so when I say track performance, know your metrics, know your numbers, know exactly what is happening. Okay, as an example, if sales are down in your gym, okay, why? Is marketing not working? Are we not booking appointments? Are we not getting shows on those appointments? Is our closing percentage off? Did we stop getting referrals? There's several things right there that could be a reason why sales might be down. Which one is it? If you're not tracking your numbers, you're not going to know. Okay, make sure you're tracking your numbers. Use a daily productivity report. You can search that here on the channel, daily productivity report. We have a training session on that and how to use that inside your CRM. But know your metrics. Maybe you're not growing. You're signing up lots of folks, but you're losing lots of folks. What's your attrition percentage? Do you know what it is right now? Do you know what it was last month? Month prior to that? Okay, what has it been historically? Okay, why are people leaving? So now you can develop strategies, but track performance and then start to identify areas for improvement. Folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here today. And you can learn more about my company with the links below. And in addition to that, if you are a new operation, you're just getting started, or if you're an existing operation and you need funding for staffing or for marketing and things of this nature, click the funding link below. You can get up to $250,000 with no collateral to help grow your business. And folks, again, I appreciate you being here today, and we'll see you all in that next video.